Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Packer Universe podcast, aka the Pup List. We just concluded watching the game where the Packers went into Minnesota in Week 17, and wow, you look at it, 25-27, Ren. It looks pretty respectable. Not.
Yay!
Man, this game was so frustrating on so many levels. It pissed me off. I mean, yeah, we thought the Packers were going to lose this game anyway. You write it on paper earlier in the year. Yeah, just put an L there. But when it's actually taking place and you can see your team failing at a lot of points and you can see the Vikings are playing a better game than the Packers, it's just super frustrating. You just want to yell at the screen, like, catch the ball. Don't do the stupid penalties. Like, just get to the freaking quarterback, for crying out loud. Why can't we get to Darnold? He wasn't even touched. He's got the cooties or something. Can't you just touch him? Can't you just put one sack? That's not enough. And the guy was just having his own way through the whole game. It just pisses me off, Ren. That's my first takeaway.
No, I hate
the Vikings.
I know. I hate the goddamn horn. I hate the purple. I hate the stadium. I hate all of it. As our hated rival. I don't think I hate another team more, but I want you to keep going on your rant until I give you mine.
I mean, no pass rush. I mean, come on. And then the Packers show up at the end of the game finally and then, but you don't have enough time to actually do anything about it. Oh, you can't stop a third down and 2. I mean, I saw that coming a mile away. But really, my biggest pet peeve, there's two camps in Packer universe. There's one, be aggressive, go for it on fourth down. The other one is take the points if you get them, especially for me, this game, you take the points. You should have taken the points. You did early, 3-0 or whatever it was. Second time comes around, we're going to go for it. No, dude, just take the points, man. Take the freaking points. And, our friend of the podcast, Wendell Ferreira, I mean, I was kind of chatting with him a little bit on Twitter, and this came up early. I said, we should have went for it, man. We should have went for it. And he's like, I don't know. He's all for aggressiveness. So, yeah, Wendell and I had a little fight on Twitter, but we're cool, man. We're still friends, but I am the camp, especially per game basis. This game, you kicked the field goal. We could have won the game. How many times last year did it come down to 3 points? How many times earlier in the year before we had McManus did it come down to 3 points? It's so frustrating. I'm so frustrated with this. I don't know, like a viewpoint of going for it when you know you shouldn't, taking the points when you should, especially in this. You saw it early. Both these teams wanted this game, but one was better. One was playing better. It was the Vikings. So you need to take what you can get. I'm so upset about the not going for it on fourth down and not taking the points. And it comes back to bite us because then we're trying super, super, super hard at the end of the game. You get guys getting knocked out of the game. Romeo goes to the sidelines. I don't know where Josh Jacobs is. And then, you got to rely on these young guys in a super time of need. And yeah, what are you going to do? So that's my rant, Ren. I'm just pissed off about a lot of things. But yeah, knowing this was supposed to be a loss is fine with me. But when you actually go through it and watch this team and watch this game, it was so frustrating, right?
Of course it was, Jay. But, we'll rewind the tape. But
that was my Taze tantrum. Taze tantrum's over.
You get late in the third quarter, and what the Vikings had done up to that point, the Green Bay Packers were dominated by a better football team. And that's not what we wanted to see coming into this. The one big knock on this Packers team, again, the youngest in the NFL in 2024, is, they cannot beat a good, like, above average football team.
Yeah.
The Sisters of Mercy, when the Saints and the Niners without the starting quarterback and other teams like that come calling, sure, the Packers can kick the living hell out of teams like that. But can they play with a bona fide Super Bowl contender and win a game? And that's what we wanted to see tonight, right? We want to see them come out, punch a team like this in their home, in the mouth. Didn't mean you have to win by 20, nothing like that. But you hang play to play, yardage to yardage, time possession, and you hang with them. And they did not do that. I know the final score indicates they did. But when you look at it, obviously the Packers going down first drive of the game. Nice drive. Untypical Josh Jacobs fumble. And I think the Packers were going to score points on that drive, Tay. And that hurt. That hurt big time. Got them out of their momentum. Obviously the Packers, allow the Vikings on the possession there forward from getting the ball back from that Jacobs fumble to go ahead and get one first down, and then they have to kick, and that's it. So the Packers get the ball back inevitably and get 3, but from there really wasn't a lot to latch onto in the first half. I mean, Jacobs was nice. Kraft was nice in the first half. They did some nice things. Couldn't really do much. At one point, why do you not go for it when you're deep in their territory instead of pinned back? But then why do you do it when you're at the 25 and you go for it at 4th and 2? It's like, be one or the other, LaFleur. Don't be both. Okay, just pick your poison. Take the points, like you said. Tom Brady was saying that take everything you get when you're on the road. Keep them out of it. Don't give them momentum when you don't want to give even the crowd that little bit of, they missed it. It's our ball back. Just don't mess with that stuff. Stay away from it. Tay, I talked a lot of it about the safety room last year and Band-Aids. And it really seems at this point, the cornerback room outside of, hey, listen, nice high point ball by Carrington Valentine on an interception on a ball that Sam shouldn't have thrown. And then he runs with it and fumbles, and thank God the Packers still get it and they're able to score and keep this thing, at that point within 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Yeah. But point being, Band-Aid stay. The cornerback room is really, really going to need to be remade in 2025 offseason. It's not good. Carrington Valentine, young talker a la Jair. If Jair plays in the offseason, great. The postseason, great. But he's not going to be back in 2025. And Keyshawn, I think it was on that Naylor touchdown, the first deep one, I think he was the one lost. Just lost him. When they do the switch, Keyshawn lost Jalen Naylor, and it was, 31-yard touchdown pass off to the races. You can't have that. The Vikings, they have a quarterback problem on their hands. I mean, this guy suits Kevin O'Connell perfectly. I mean, he tore the Packers apart. He probably ended up with like 360 plus yards passing, 3 touchdowns. He's got to have over 110 QBR. He's fantastic today. He really was. He made the plays when he needed to make them. Delivered it.
It was 33 for 43, 377 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception at a 116 QB rating.
There you go. I mean, they've got a problem. They do. I mean, he's a free agent. Do you want to go with the rookie and go, okay, this will work? I think Kevin's a great coach today. I really do. I mean, obviously, Fox is laying all the accolades at his feet. He's got the most wins in the first 3 seasons as a Viking coach in history. You got to tip your cap to Kevin. He's been great. And on the other end of it, Brian Flores, he could set up blitzes, and they got to Jordan Love. I was very disappointed in the offensive line that's played so well down the stretch. They were not good at all today. They need to go figure their stuff out. That was not a good performance. Jordan was on the ground too much, and Jordan himself, not a good performance. Sure,
right.
They did some things, to get that, push the ball downfield and get back in it a little bit. Are they playing prevent? No, I don't think Brian Florence defense plays prevent. No, but are they playing a little off? Are they on their heels? Maybe. But if you're going to want to beat a team like the Detroit Lions, the Minnesota Vikings, or even the Philadelphia Eagles in the postseason, I think the Packers need to play more up-tempo. Think about that first game they played the Vikings in Green Bay. Jordan's a statue. What do they do in the second half? They play up-tempo. They move the ball. They go, and they're hitting the passes. They're moving the ball. And I think they need to switch that up instead of some of this conservative stuff. I understand they found their identity as a run team, and Josh has been great. He has. Outside of the fumble tonight, the offense was churning some yards through Josh's legs in the first half. But really, the game, I think, was salted. That first drive coming out of the half, Tay, the Vikings just smashed the Packers right in the mouth, took it down, scored, and you kind of felt at that point this thing's out of control. And at that point, the Packers get the ball back. And I want to say that's the stupid Vikings don't get in the kickoff in the box. The Packers get the ball at the 40, can't do a damn thing with it. Vikes get the ball back, score again. It's like, take it. We're whipping your ass. And they were, and it's 27-10. The flowers I would lay at the rest of the Packers' feet, and there aren't many today. It's kind of like you're picking off the piece on the dandelion, and who's gonna like you at the end of the day. But they didn't give up. You got to give it to them for that. They fought. I don't know about the 2-point conversion, why they chose that, but hey, nice. If they would have gotten the last possession, like Tom Brady said, you want to do it before the 2-minute warning, which they did. But can they stop a nosebleed today? No, they can't stop a nosebleed. They can't stop them. Can't get it back with the right. Even if you had 50 seconds, no timeouts, guess what? All you got to do is get in field goal range, and you walk it off in the dome, Tay.
You can do that with McManus, too.
Absolutely, 100%. Apparently not with their kicker. I'm going to tell you that. Matt Reichard could easily kick them out of the playoffs because we saw that guy. He is, I believe he's a rookie kicker. He is not good either. You got an Anders Carlson problem on your hand. Good luck with that, Minnesota fans, because that guy might lose you a football game come postseason.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, Rem, because it wasn't like the Packers completely lost this game on their own. I mean, they were given opportunities. 3 missed field goals from the Vikings alone. Like, those are opportunities you need to cash in on, and we just could not do it. The defense, though, ultimately, so not being able to, kick a field goal on 4th down when they should have, I think is a huge thing. But the defense, just in general, they just could not do it when it counted. That pass rush was so bleak and non-existent that Sam looked like a Hall of Famer. He literally looked like he could do anything. You mentioned that he was carving up the defense, the Packers defense. He was doing whatever he wanted. So that was a huge issue, huge problem. I think that's where the offense was inept today too. But that passing game for the Vikings, he was able to do that because he had such good protection, carving up our banged up secondary. If we were able to have gotten to him, I think that would have been broken up a little bit, and you'd had some more opportunities there to get the ball back, get those guys off the field. Last week, oh wow, look at this Packers team. They're unstoppable. Move them up in the power rankings. Well, yeah, here's a reality check. Boom, you're put back down. Probably where you should be, right? Like this isn't a great Packers outing today, a game by them, but still, it's like, okay, maybe this is more like the Packers. They can't beat a good team. I mean, yeah, you mentioned it up top. They lost to the Vikings now twice, the Lions twice, and the Eagles. Those are good teams, right? Those are really good teams. And I guess that's what you want. If you want losses, you lose to good teams. All these teams are better than us. So what are you going to do? You just got to go back to work. You got to play harder. You're in the playoffs, thank God. So you need to use this to get better. But I think some of these deficiencies, the pass rush and that banged up defensive backfield, that's an issue. And yeah, you're going to get the Jordan Love good games, bad games. But when you don't have all your wide receivers and I don't know where Josh Jacobs was at the end. Maybe they just wanted to rest him. But, if you have your A team out there doing what they're supposed to do and then dialing up good plays, come on, Matt, like, let's get some good stuff here. You were letting Jordan throw like on 3rd and 9 into double coverage. Just like, what are you doing? Just get enough yardage for the first down, 7 yards. Just try that. So the play calling to me was all over the place too. I didn't understand that at all. So a lot of frustrating things today for me. But is this where the Packers are? Is this the kind of team they are? Is this more like them? I hate to say maybe yes, but the Vikings clearly show that they were the better team. Yeah, we were in Minneapolis today, but still, I just feel like they were given some opportunities that they couldn't cash in on, and then beating themselves up a little bit. It just led to this 25-27. Didn't tell the whole story. That's for sure.
No, again, the third quarter was dominated by the Vikings today. Jordan, he wasn't good. The play calling wasn't good, but you know what? Jordan's got to execute the play calling too, Tay. That's a big thing with that. I'd like to see a little more Malik Heath, Tay. I got to say, Dontavian Wicks is
Yeah.
okay, but Heath and the limited work he gets seems to show me he could be just as okay or maybe better. So give me some more Malik Heath. Obviously, it didn't help to lose Zane Anderson and D. Wyatt to concussions. Again, this defensive backfield with the cornerback room is just they're stringing together by, it's like Doctor Strange out there. It's like wizardry, Tay. It's not good. They don't have much there. Again, I like Carrington Valentine. You build around that, but you got to go figure that room out now in the offseason, unfortunately. And, as they move into the playoffs, change it up. Tempo, do some things, be aggressive, because if you play your kind of conservative run first, dink and dunk, it's not going to get done in the playoffs, Tay. This team, I'm almost in the point talking about it in my head right now. Like, how do they beat teams they can't beat in the regular season that they're going to face the same teams in the playoffs? I don't know, but they're going to have to literally change up how they face these opponents to have an opportunity to win in a one and done format. So that's all I got for it. They need to be better. Matt needs to be better in those situations. And he did, and then he didn't at times tonight, and it wasn't good enough.
I think you're right. The Packers are in a position where they're in the playoffs. That's awesome, but you need to reevaluate how you're to attack these opponents that have beaten you multiple times this year, and that's the key. If you can do that, great. The Packers have that potential, but can they execute? Can they really get around that corner? That is remained to be seen. But there's something to what is it now? We are 11-5. Vikings went into this game at 13-2. Now they're 14-2. Detroit's at 13-2. Cripes, so competitive, man. This is great. This is great football. This is fun. Yes, this game today was really disappointing on a lot of levels for the Packers, but you gotta love that they're in the playoffs and that they have a chance. So that's all we need. That's what we needed last year. I understand how it ended, but this year we have a chance. So you have to look at that in a positive way. And thankfully your team is not, I don't know, the Colts or the Raiders or the Jaguars or the Giants. I mean, there are bad teams out there. The Jets. See Aaron Rodgers get sacked for a safety
billion
today.
Times today. Yeah.
Jeez. It's like, there is a lot to be thankful for.
I get that, Dave, but the reality is here we are, and some of these teams, hey, at least they're doing the up and down swing. We're the Lions. We suck ass forever, but now we're really good. We stomp in your throat. We can bite off your kneecaps. We're the Vikings, like Kevin O'Connell talking about. Oh, we're the little kids at the Thanksgiving Day table. Nobody respects, and now we're gonna kick your ass. Green Bay's like, we're good. Hey, we can hang.
And that's us. That's our MO, though.
I want that football team.
I know you do.
Better than we can hang. We're good, but
it is the cost, Ren, of being relevant every year. I think that's the cost here.
No, it isn't. It isn't. Tay, this team has the ability. Yeah, they're once again the youngest team in football. Jeff Hafley brought a lot of different blitz looks today. They did not work. So time to sharpen your pencil, Half. That wasn't good. Matt LaFleur, a little too conservative in the first half. Not doing enough. Got to get a little more aggressive. I don't need kneecaps being bitten off. Maybe a pinky toe today. Maybe a pinky toe. But reality is, like, they got to figure out a way to put themselves in position to win some big games. And if they go into the postseason like this, they're going to get their ass kicked week one and in the wild card weekend. That's simple as that.
Yep. We have a matchup next week against the Bears. No one cares. I'm a poet. So I don't even.
And you don't know it?
Oh, I know it. Hope we don't blow it. All right, Ren, I'm done. Thanks, everyone, for hanging with us. We appreciate it. We're over on YouTube if you want to see our ugly mugs. Otherwise, of course, we always have the podcast version. Go follow us on socials. Send us an email, info@packeruniverse.com. Of course, we have a website, info@derp.packeruniverse.com. We appreciate all the support. Ren, until next time. All right?
Episode 300, Tay. Yes. On the pup list.